I know this is a wall of words. So just some friendly reminders when you are submitting a help desk ticket. There's some things that are very, very helpful. If you can be sure to include those with your help desk ticket, it does help us troubleshoot any issues that you may be seeing. So the first thing that we ask is to please identify the user from your organization that is attempting to complete the activity that they're running into an issue regarding or they have a question about. We ask this because folks in CAMS do have different security roles. So depending on your role in CAMS, the issue that you're asking about could be dependent upon that. So we're really trying to get as much information as possible when we have the help desk ticket so that we can minimize the number of times that we have to go back and ask follow-on questions. So first and foremost, we do ask that if you can, whenever you're submitting a help desk ticket, please tell us the user that this issue is regarding. The second thing is to please be as specific as possible when you are outlining an issue. You can almost think of the folks on a help desk, and then if it gets escalated to a developer, they really are detectives. So there are times where we have to kind of put on our detective hat and try to figure out what's going on. Either we can't duplicate the issue or it's related to something very specific to your account. So it's really helpful if you can kind of think of it from that perspective when you're putting in the ticket. Any detail is helpful, and really the more specific you can be is a huge help to our team. The third item that we wanted to point out is if there's any unique identifiers in the ticket or for the particular issue you're seeing, to please include that. So that would encompass things like the service plan ID or the case ID. If you do have those pieces of information, please do include those. The fourth thing that we did want to ask, and I know that we walked through this on Thursday, but if you do get an error message in CAMS, typically a dialog box will pop open, and then you'll see a little button that says download log file. Please click on that download log file. It'll basically just download a text file. If you can save that and then include that with your help desk ticket, it does help us. It'll just look like gibberish. So it'll just be a lot of words and characters that you probably don't recognize. But our developers can read all that gibberish and try to figure out what the issue is that you're seeing and what the potential fix is. So that's something else that we wanted to mention. The fifth item on the list here is just to please limit a single ticket to a single issue. I know it can be tempting when you're putting in a help desk ticket to kind of list out, hey, I'm having an issue with this report or on this screen as well. But we do ask if you can just limit each help desk ticket to a singular issue that you're seeing in CAMS or a singular question. It does help us to more quickly address that item. Sometimes we spend additional time parsing out pieces that are maybe, hey, this is really just a question about how the system works versus, and this needs to go to the Division of Aging versus this is a thing that we need to send to a developer versus this is a thing that we have a knowledge base article for. And it at times is causing us to resolve tickets when maybe you had put like 5 or 6 issues in there and we've resolved 5, but maybe not the 6. So we do ask if you can limit your tickets to just a singular issue. It is a huge help for our team. We do recognize it takes additional time for you to do that, and we thank you for that, but it is a huge help. The sixth item that we wanted to bring up is that to please be reviewing tickets when the help desk is asking that they do need additional information. A lot of times there could, if you know, not all of these pieces of information have been included, specifically, you know, if maybe you haven't included a screenshot of something or a service plan ID or a case ID, you know, they will follow up and ask for those particular pieces of information. To give you some context, we currently have 65 tickets that we are waiting for the customer, meaning somebody who's submitted the ticket, to respond. So if you are seeing that your ticket hasn't been addressed or you've been waiting quite a while, please do check the ticket and make sure that the help desk technician hasn't asked a follow-on question. Again, we have 65 tickets currently awaiting some sort of customer feedback. The last thing that we did want to bring up is the help desk URL. It is hugely important to please use, and I know it's been sent out in a few different communications, but to please use that link to the help desk. That link essentially contains all the appropriate application links. So, and all the appropriate options when you're submitting a help desk ticket. If you navigate to the help desk in some other way, you could get options that don't really make sense for CAMS. So we do ask that you please use this link anytime you are submitting a help desk ticket. And if you do need that link again, please do let us know. We'll be sure to include it in the communication that we send out. So I believe that's it for today. We do appreciate everybody's time as we run through all the demonstrations. Again, please give us your feedback regarding that if there's specific things that you'd like to see there. And then also as we walk through updates, hopefully those things make sense. And we're going to go on mute for just a moment here. We'll see if we have an update regarding CAMS. Good deal. We didn't even have to go on mute. So I actually got 2 thumbs up that CAMS is back up and going. We are working with the Indiana Office of Technology to determine why we saw those couple of blips this morning. And we will follow up with all the folks on the line with additional information. So we will keep the Zoom open for a few minutes here for any follow-on comments or questions. And thanks everybody, and have a great Tuesday. Bye.